It's Week 12 of the National Football League, and we've got Cam Taylor-Britt, who's approaching another plateau for the season, as he's within range of 60 tackles. It's the Bears and the Vikings under the lights on Monday night.
As this crowd rolled into U.S. Bank Stadium, they were bundled up, jackets and scarves, downright cold outside on this November evening, but all good here inside as we welcome you to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Tonight we wrap up this Thanksgiving weekend with a compelling matchup, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Bears, whatever promise they had to start the season fully evaporated now as they come in losers of... Everyone took advantage of the Cyber Monday deals. Now it's time to focus on some football. Bears and Vikings underway on Monday night. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a 7th-year pro and a literal rocket scientist. Here's Joshua Dobbs.
And he did everything possible to rally his team to a win last week, didn't he? What did he throw for?
Over 450 yards.
I mean, that's a pretty phenomenal performance. So, obviously, he and the offense were clicking pretty well. The other 2/3, though, that comes into question. Defense and special teams, they'll need all of them to play better in this one, too.
Throwing on first down, but this one lines up to be incomplete. 2nd and 10. And, Charles, you look at this defense, they were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. Then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. Well, it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolded.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, they'll go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit. So
here's the Viking offense making their way out. Leading them out, someone who took the league by storm last year is the most famous Mr. Irrelevant ever. From Iowa State, it's Brock Purdy.
And you'd think as a young QB there'd be some nerves leading an offense out to start a game, but haven't seen any sign of them right now. And speaking with him earlier this week, sensed that the pressure wouldn't get to him. He feels comfortable being the face of this offense and shouldering the expectations on game day, even if he doesn't quite have the years of experience other quarterbacks do.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
The numbers on the ground for Gainwell last week. 15 carries, 63 yards, and a touchdown.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Consecutive runs of 6 yards gives him a 1st and 10. Back to throw, Purdy. Over the middle, complete. It's Jones. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 2 yards to go, 2nd down. Out of the gun, Purdy. Throw left side to his tight end swing. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity. And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Purdy sets up to throw again. And it's caught. And he's brought down. He's already topped his receiving output from a week ago, and we're just in the first quarter, as that's a first down. I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal. 1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team. They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps. On the counter, it's Gainwell. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Now this is going to be a quarterback draw. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Brock Purdy with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Vikings take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. What a call there on the quarterback draw. You want to spread the field and just tell your QB, hey, find a lane and go. And he's able to get the defense in a vulnerable spot and then take it into the end zone. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have. Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again. And they run the option on 2nd down. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going. And taken right on the 30. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And the Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one? I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks. Oh, he's hitting off the football, put it on the carpet. But it looks like one of the DBs news has it that his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having two hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball secured.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Now Purdy. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go. Purdy looking to throw. And that is incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense?
And this will do the job nicely, as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are. But let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A first carry for Rachaad White. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. Dobbs is throwing. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. DJ Chark, the intended target. And that'll make it 3rd down. And look at this defense for the Vikings. They've had their trouble stopping the run, Charles. Currently 29th in the NFL in that department.
This is an area of the game that they definitely have to improve, because right now, against the pass, top 10 in the league. But against the run, that's where the struggles have come in. You got to find a way to make sure they stop runners before they get started.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They run the draw play. This is White. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. But the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. From the shotgun, here's Dobbs. And connecting here with DJ Chark. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And 3rd and 1 now. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Throwing here, Dobbs. He's got it. And a loose football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. This defense, Charles, very opportunistic here early. A 2nd fumble recovery in this 1st quarter of play.
Yeah, you mentioned the right word, opportunistic and aggressive, because once they got the 1st fumble recovery, they were eager to get a 2nd one, and sometimes they just come in bunches. On the flip side, they've got to figure out how to hold the ball, because the play calls seem to be okay. They're just not executing.
Following the fumble recovery, Purdy. And that nearly trouble, but it's incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it. And it'll be 2nd down. Throwing here, Purdy. Finding the open man, and that's It's Tim Patrick. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Purdy now to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. The Vikings had 5 and 6 to start play. And Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
2nd quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. Again, a run with Gainwell. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Here's Purdy now on 3rd and goal. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. We switch the attention now to Khalil Herbert as this offense comes out for their next drive. He's got to clear his mind a little bit right now. 1 carry, and that carry was a lost fumble.
Clear his mind, clear his hands, and just let this one go. Sometimes it happens. You drop the ball, got a full game ahead of him, hand it to him again, see if they can start to produce.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. And looked like some movement there. Let's get the call.
Ball start. Offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Herbert now on the option. And he'll get this past the 20 as he gets about 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Xavier McKinney in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt, and it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. In motion left goes Jones. And they'll run it here. Stop shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4. They run behind center with Gainwell. And he'll get maybe a couple, if that, up to the 46. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured bear on the field. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. And they'll try and run for it with Gainwell. midfield and inside the 45. The Vikings on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Purdy from the gun. He throws it on the move but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Yeah, that's a nice job there defensively to blanket those receivers on third down. And as a quarterback, all you can do is just loft one toward the bench. Not too close, mind you, and live to punt the football.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away. And this will be taken at the 13. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Bears take over. The Chicago offense set to get started. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
They work now on 2nd and 9. To throw is Dobbs. And his throw is incomplete.
I'll tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, there's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
That escapes the sand. And that is incomplete. Pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they're totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, a 3-yard return, and out will come the offense as they take over. And the football going back to the Vikings offense. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
Yes, sir.
That's caught at the 25. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. A big play there for Minnesota. And even 40 yards. But one thing's for sure. They're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things. Changing coverages. You know, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing. Change your location. So sometimes you're up on him. Sometimes you're back. Just change up the looks that he sees and make him just a little bit more hesitant.
Got Dobbs over the middle. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 18 yards that time to push him on 1st and goal. Here's Purdy. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
On 2nd down, Gainwell looking for space. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4.
Holding. Offense.
A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. Now a handoff to Bigsby. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. A good run there, 9 yards, but it still leaves him with work to do on 3rd and goal. Purdy. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Sacked by Andrew Van Ginkel.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those those points that come in helpful later on.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Bears offense out there set and ready to go. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Now Herbert to start the drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Herbert once more. And he'll be brought down here at the 28.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
He'll get that out to the flat to White. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Presley Harvin now. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And they'll begin on the ground with Gainwell. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 29-yard line.
Straight ahead, it's Gainwell. And he'll earn a couple of tough yards past the 30 to the 31. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Here's 3rd and 9. Purdy will set up to throw it here. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Looking to throw. Purdy. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Patrick. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. Shotgun now with Purdy. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. A 2nd down throw for Purdy. He's got Swain here as tight end outright.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good. And the lead will hold at 10.
Well, usually when you get a right-footed kicker on the right hash, his goal is to draw the ball back to the middle. But this time, it doesn't move at all. He ends up missing off to the right.
The Bears going to take over now late in this first half. They're certainly in need of some kind of points here before the end of the half. A field goal or something being shut out right now. They could really use some momentum before they head into halftime. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
Now Dobbs. Sharks got it left side. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on third down, and they keep the drive going.
Dobbs. Now throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Here's Dobbs to throw. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. So we're at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports halftime report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get our tour started out at venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. And they are seconds away from halftime, all tied in that one. Next, we head off to check out another game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. We saw a fine performance in the first half from the former Mr. Irrelevant, Brock Purdy. He's got the lone touchdown of the game on a touchdown run. We'll see if he can get it going through the air as this one goes on.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. 10-0 is our score as we get started again on EA Sports. Here comes Marquez Stevenson now from his end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Now come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Second down. Here's Purdy to throw. Into the hands of Patrick left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. And here's a handoff to Gainwell. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down. These two teams matching up for the second time this year. Their first meeting back in October, week 6. And it was the Vikings who won that one on the road, so they'll look for the sweep here in Minneapolis. He'll get this one to Patrick. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 38-yard line. A nice pickup of 17 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. On the handoff, Gainwell. And he'll go down at the 28. Call it a gain of 5 as they move the sticks. And they'll stay on the ground with Gainwell again. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Here's a give to Bigsby. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Second down, here's a run with Bigsby. And he's brought down, but not before a really nice stiff arm to create a little space. Well, now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw, Purdy. And he is caught, and they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they can be set up with a 1st and goal.
Now Purdy. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Purdy looking to throw. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Jeff Slade, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the 2nd half. Starting on the ground with Herbert. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. From the 35, here's 2nd and a yard. Dobbs. They'll set up the screen to Herbert. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
A 4-yard pickup on the play. First down, Bears.
On play action, it's Dobbs. It's caught. This is Wright. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down. Read option. Here's Herbert. And he'll get what he can up the middle. 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
50 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw Dobbs. There's Tolbert. He's got him. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Short throw taken in by Okonkwo. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
Holding offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They'll run with Chestnut. Give him 5 yards there, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Hand off right side for Herbert. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Got his man, Okonkwo. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
Stevenson elects not to return it. It's a touchback. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And this will be a Vikings 1st down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the 1st down. A nice run right there.
On 1st down, it's Purdy. He'll check this one down to Gainwell. Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be 2nd down. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. And he'll make it only to the 43, a gain of 2. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 7. Purdy now to throw. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think he continued to do so.
And he did not want to go down there as he carries tacklers for a solid gain of 9. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. From the gun, a give to Gainwell. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 59 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the fourth quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
On 1st and 10, it's Bigsby. Fights for it at the 5. And the Vikings are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. They couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line.
Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
Boy, they had it at the 1. The false start moves it to the 6 now for 1st and goal. This time they'll throw it. Here's Purdy. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
In motion right, Dobbs. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Now we're going to get a stoppage. It appears to be an injured Bear on the field.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal.
Throwing here, Purdy.
It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Zay Jones
from 6 yards away.
And the Vikings look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here this 4th quarter.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
Dobbs looking to throw on 1st down.
A short throw taken in by Okonkwo.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
Dobbs now on 2nd down.
He'll complete this one to Okonkwo. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Able to get away. That's caught inside the 20.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. And that one results in 35 yards.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
His throw caught at about the 5.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. And they're going to speed things up here. Dobbs is throwing. And he's got it.
So he stopped for no gain. And it'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. This defense has not surrendered a touchdown yet. You better believe they're determined not to here on 3rd and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Trey Palmer, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Bears are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And this is up and good. That'll make it a score now of 24-10. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Stevenson now, he's going to bring this out. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. They start the drive here with Gainwell. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. 2nd and 7. On the carry, Bigsby. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 51 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Here's Bigsby. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard. And they'll try and run for it with Gainwell. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. From the gun, here's a run by Gainwell. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Again, a run with Gainwell. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
2nd down and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
A give running right is Gainwell. He will push his way down to about the 14. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Dobbs to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
On 2nd down, Dobbs. Over the middle, he has Okonkwo. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Short throw hauled in by Croft. And he is going to have the Bears 1st down as he pushes forward for a couple on 4th and inches. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Now they got to get to the line quickly. On 1st and 10, Dobbs. Short throw hauled in by Croft. So the completion good for 7 there. And that will bring up 2nd down. Throwing here, Dobbs. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 23. And with just over 40 seconds now remaining, he gets up and spikes it. Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Dobbs to throw. That is caught by Herbert. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 13-yard line. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. On 1st down, Dobbs to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Now Dobbs.
Well, if you're going to give out a little applause on that play, it has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the 1st row.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the 1st down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
So many times we end the game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out here in victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Purdy down to a knee, and that should be the final act of the ball game. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for Minnesota, the win gets them back to 500 at 6-6 on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Chicago, it's another week with more questions than answers as they fall to 3-9. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.